What version is this? Huh. Huh. Oh, I know which version this is. Hold on, let me get the right version. Good afternoon. It's the 12th, noon, West Coast, anyways. Let's see. Where is it? 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 What would be a great example? This is the regular version. This one right here. This should do it. Okay. I wanted to make a roof something like this, in one of the rooms. Also add a couple of pillars right here and platforms, just to give it a little occlusion so it wouldn't be so wide open. I think I mentioned this in the last tutorial. Okay, and I've already done it, but I wanted to show you how it looks and how I did it. So let's go to that version now. This is where I started doing the pillars. Um, really didn't. I changed the name of the map to Death Trap, so this is the other version. I've already finished this, like I said, and this is how it turned out. Rebuild it real quick so you can see. And the idea behind this is creating occlusion, which eliminates pure hit scanning. It gives a little chance for more, better battles with all weapons, not just the hit scan. More occlusion, you create more balance. Also, if you notice, they're strategically put right by the elevators. So when you come to the elevator, you could jump off of it, use the lift jump, dodge off the wall maybe, just to change direction a bit, confuse the people a bit, or just go straight off the lift onto the platform. Same thing here, lift jump here, come up, boom, and land on the platforms. But at the same time, you can no longer just hit scan all the way across. And the people that come up from the stairwell are able to work around the post a little bit and fight it out. Which a lot of the hit scanners do not understand. They just want open rooms so they can point and shoot. But this creates a more balanced map. Okay, so I want to create a roof here, and I'm going to show you how to do that at the moment. Let's see. Well, it's going to be a little difficult. Let's see if I could do this. I should do it. Okay, there's a little trick, but unfortunately the editor is glitchy, so it works when it feels like it. Let's hope it works right now. If you surround that area with the builder brush, you could highlight everything that's within the belt, the builder brush. Okay, so you put it like that. You go down here to this lower box, and you'll see all the things inside the builder brush. Unfortunately, it did not work, so that's going to hinder my progress a bit, but it's okay. First of all, let's start with the corners. To create a little corner, okay. First of all, you start with the block. Create a little block. put it in a corner. Okay, simple enough. Then you create a quarter of a cylinder. A quarter of the cylinder you take and you put inside the block. Once you do that, rebuild, boom, and it creates that curved corner now. From there, you start building the walls surrounding that corner. Excuse me. Gonna have to get a cough button. And you make sure it's flush and stuff, which I've already done it, so it's already ready to go. And so forth. Okay. After you're done with that, you start creating the pieces. Let me finish this. Grab each corner and beam. And move that over. Position it. And let's do a full build now. With the full build, it'll create the lighting and also create the frame for what we want to do. Okay, if you look at it this way, it looks pretty nice. Gives it a nice little flush look. Each curve looks really nice. And done deal. Now, I started with the outside beams. And just to make sure, let's see if I can line it up like this. Yep, okay. I just wanted a better view of where I needed to put it. It looks like I'm lining it up with this right here. So let's just move it over. Due to the fact it's a different measurement, I'm going to have to change it back to like 16, I think it is. Make that 8. Put it at 8. Move it over. Boom. Once again, rebuild. And we got the first beams. Okay. There you go. We got the first beams. Now, let's just pull all the rest of the beams over. A quick way to do this is once you create one beam, I think I mentioned this in the last tutorial, then you go back and create a builder brush for it so you don't have to keep retexturing all the beams. Everything's all proper, so you'll just copy one and move it over. Because this room wasn't a perfect square, I had to create the beams individually and line them up individually. Okay. Now I'm going to use this line right here to keep it straight. Okay. Drop the scale down to 8. Go line it up perfectly. There you go. rebuild. And we're good. Now this is the part that's going to be a little more difficult. Um, I can't remember exactly how I lined it up, but we'll cross our fingers. I hope I get it right in the first try. This is where it gets a little tedious when you're doing these things. Once you make the first line, to make it quicker. This is what I mean by I've learned a lot of shortcuts that enables me to create the maps much more quicker. And this is one of the tricks. Let me show you. Once you got this first line, well, then you just duplicate, and then you would create another line and another line and another line. That speeds up the process. Otherwise, you'll be doing one at a time, and that'll take forever. I don't work on my aim as much as some of the players, but stuff like this definitely helps your eye and hand coordination. Eye to hand coordination. Oh, this is the part I'm trying to remember. Well, I'll figure it out. So we're just going to move it over here real quick. I'm lining it up, I'm assuming, with this line right here. Yep, that's the one. And I think we're in position. I got lucky in the first try. That's always good. So now I get to show you the finished version of this. Looks like I might need a couple of beams right here, though. I haven't added yet. Turn that off and watch it work its magic. There you go. That looks pretty cool, but like I said, I think it needs some beams right here just to give it the finishing touch. Completely forgot about that. So that'll give me an opportunity to show you something. First of all, we're going to have to highlight this beam and this beam, the outside beams as well. And what's the best way to go about this? We'll just highlight the whole first row and then compensate later. Because obviously from the outside beam, oh, hold on. I live close to a fire department and a police department, and unfortunately without a cough button, sometimes you're going to hear that. I do have a mute, but they come in so quickly sometimes I don't even get a chance to do it. Okay, so now we're going to reverse it as far as what's highlighted so I could get a better work area. There we go. Back to the top angle. These are going to serve more as a guide, a positioning guide. Because once I move it up over here, you'll see that they are too short. There's a couple of ways of doing this. One is creating new builder brushes and repositioning them stuff, or I could just extend what I've already got. So I'm going to go with that. highlighting all these little points will give me the freedom to stretch them. It's not going to work out perfect, so to make sure it comes out perfect, I drop it down to an 8 scale, and that should give me what I need. Unfortunately, one of the little things is this little dot right here, for whatever reason, occurs, and there's no way to eliminate that. And, sometimes a little anal about these things, so I think I'm gonna rebuild this one. Okay, and let's see if that'll allow me to get what I want out of it. Create a builder brush. Hopefully I'll be able to stretch it and not get that same little glitch. Nope, it's still giving me that glitch. Strange. Oh no, there it is. It's gone now. Perfect. So now I'll just add a new one, eliminate the old. Move this over. Eliminate the old. Add a new one. Eliminate the old one. Add a new one. This is the part that usually drives people crazy because, like I said, it's a bit tedious, but definitely beneficial to make it look, give it an interesting look. Eliminate this, move it over, position it properly, add a new one. Add a new one. Now, like I said, I've learned many shortcuts. This is one of them. Allows me to cut some time here. Instead of taking that, give or take 5 minutes, I just duplicate, position, extend the grid a little bit, and just pull them down. Oh, that's a little glitch too, right there. When I first moved it, it went out of position. If you notice, see, now it's not in position. So I go back and pull it down again, and now they're in position. See, I did it again. Now it's good. Okay. I think we got what we need for the most part, but let's check and see how it looks. Oh, what did I do wrong? Oh, I know what I did. I know what I did. I know what I did. Instead of copying those beams and creating new ones, I move those beams over. So, easily fixed though. Once again, I use the shortcut. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Duplicate. Line them up. And that should take care of the problem. Save, just in case. Rebuild. And I think we have a new roof. Remember, please follow. And that should take care of what I wanted to do. Okay, there we go. That looks really cool. Probably give it a little light so it'll look more like this. See how that looks. That light makes a difference. So let's get a copy of that light. Give it that same effect or similar effect. Put it right there in the middle. And hopefully that'll give us what we're looking for. Huh. Not quite what we're looking for, and I know why. Didn't realize when I made the other room that. Okay, I'm gonna have to take this. Where is it? Find an area where I could grab it. I guess I'll have to move this over a little bit. There it is. Create a builder brush. And then move that back. Pull it up. That gives the light a little room. See, because right now it's technically outside of the map, the light, so it's not giving it the effect that it needs. To create that effect now, I'll just have to rebuild. And that'll put it inside the map now, technically. Once it's technically inside the map, it'll create that effect, the lighting effect that's necessary, that I'm looking for. But then I'll still have to create, well, let's see how it looks first. Actually, I put it too high. Did I? What am I doing wrong here? What am I doing wrong here? Oh, I think I know. I didn't create it. Silly rabbit. There. There it is. Okay. Alrighty. There it is. And that's the effect I was looking for. Like I said, there will be this excess right here that I need to eliminate. So, I can turn on regular lighting. I mean a regular roof. There it is. Grab this, which projects the skybox. And that will complete the effect I'm trying to achieve. There you go. There we go. Now we've got the light piercing down on it. That gives some shadow and some definition, and like the shadow on the wall right there. See, it's showing that this bulb is a little too much to the left, looking at it from here. So, the shadow's casting a little to the right, coming down the wall. Over here it's casting a little bit too. I think it's pretty lined up pretty good on this end. But, like I said, after years of doing this, you get a little anal about getting it perfect. So, we're going to reverse this before we go to lunch. come back to the top and make sure it's perfectly positioned. Give it the perfect lighting that'll cast the perfect shadow. And that should complete this. Oh, I have to do the damage for these torches or fire area, but take care of that later. Okay, now we should have what we were looking for. Not bad, that took me 20 minutes. Got the proper lighting, it's casting a perfect little shadow. The beams are getting a little shadow right here, right here, right here. And so are they right here as well. Looks good. It's got the effect that I was looking for. And looks a lot nicer than... I'll show you the original real quick. Now with the pillars and stuff. Definitely has a better, more professional look, I guess you could say, more polished. I think this is the version I'm looking for, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see. No, that's when I started working on it. It was this one. Okay. So we went from this, which is pretty boring, just a regular little roof. And I've noticed through the years, looking at more and more maps, that yeah, the wall is usually the thing that most authors decorate. This room is probably the best example. But a true pro map, they decorate the floor, give it some trim and stuff. This map I decided to go without the trim. Just felt that might be better in this case. But in a lot of the great maps, they have a nice trim and stuff that's outlining everything. And the most forgotten move, or just avoided, or just too lazy to do it, most authors, is the roof. Now, for obvious reasons, how often do people run around looking at the roof? But if you do want to create a map that's as close to professional as possible, you need to do all four, or three: the walls, the floor, as well as the roof. So that brings us to the final look of the map. Well, this room, anyways. I'm probably gonna have to light up this one properly. I obviously didn't do it the way it should be, so see if I can do that real quick. .32 is, out of all the scaling I've used, 32 seems to be the most effective. Looks really nice. Makes the work area very easy to create things and keep them lined up, and enables you to make sure everything is precise. So I always put the grid on 32. Makes it for easy calculation of what you can do with the next thing you're building and adding. Okay, now I'll have to duplicate this, reline it so it's flush with the rest of it. Go all the way to the top. Boom, right there. Now, oh, this one's going to go back down. Now we take a side view. We could probably use it like that too, but I'm just going to bring it down I touched that brush by accident. And just pull it all the way down. We'll make it a perfect. See this block right here, that's a 32 block. From here to here to here to here. So we're going to use that measurement. The other one we made, I think, was more like 16 blocks. So we're going to go with the 32. And rebuild. We're going to do the same thing. Go over here. Grab that texture that reflects the skybox. Just to show you real quick. Where is it? Let's go with the top version. This is a skybox over here. It's way outside the map. Okay. Uh-oh. Lost now. There it is. This is a skybox right here. I'll rebuild real quick so you can see. This skybox is located, obviously, after showing the upper view, is way outside of the map. And the way it works is this little thing right here acts as a camera that is projecting all this here that's surrounding it. And depending on where, well, actually it's not really dependent. As far as the windows, the skylight, on the map, it's going to always show up. The map, this is the map. This is representing the map. So it's going to show everything the way it sees it here. Sometimes you got to be a little strategic, so you don't let everyone see all this area. It doesn't look very good. It's more about that. So let's get back to the map. And highlight or add the texture to the walls. Okay, see what I did there is I just grabbed two walls, and then this is another shortcut that helps out a lot. Then grab all the textures from the matching box. Boom. Add the texture. Now all these walls are exactly the same. They're using the same texture to project the skybox. We rebuild, so you'll see these match up. Right now they look completely different. Let me save this just in case. Rebuild. This move I'm using with the light over the grid is mainly used and probably best used when you have a big moon and you want to get a shadow off of it. Then it creates this lighting that looks pretty cool. In this room it's not as effective because of this big beam down the middle, but it's still giving you casting a little shadow right here, a little shadow right there, to give it a more surreal look. Lighting, which is very tedious, I ain't gonna lie. I hated it at the beginning. It's kind of like path node, and these little things right here are for the artificial intelligence, for the bots could follow. Okay, but it also serves as a thing for the jump pad. Show where the jump pad should jump to. But primarily it's for the bots. Okay, very tedious because you got to put the little things all over the place. They're like little apples, or I guess apples, peaches. And so is the lighting. Lighting, very tedious. Nobody enjoys that. So a lot of times, the lazy authors, they just take this. I was a lazy author too, don't get me wrong. And here you add 10% lighting, but the authors usually would add like, you know, 200. That's why you notice a lot of maps, they don't really look properly lit. It's because they do this. It's pretty lazy. I never have it at 0 because it also lights up the static meshes real nice. Makes the static meshes pop, so to speak. See, and now the whole map is all bright as can be. That's what they usually do because they're too lazy to go put all the lighting in. But without proper lighting, you're not creating that surreal look that comes with proper lighting. Like I said, I used to do the same thing. Well, not exactly. I never used the zone info only, but I would put minimal lighting. And I'll rebuild. And that should give us what we're looking for. Okay. And that'll do it. We got the proper lighting now. And that'll take care of that. Looks real nice. Show off the skybox. This room's ready to go. This room's ready to go. This one. And this one. So they're all lit up. I might do this one as well, but I'll leave that for tomorrow or another day if I decide to do it. If I do that one, I got to do this one. And it's not that important in little rooms like this, but it adds a little extra pizzazz, a little extra something. Now, I'm not going to do it right now, but I just wanted to show you real quickly. Um, these are little things for fire that I created. But there was no damage. If you touch them, you could just dance on fire and nothing would happen. So now I gotta add this little cylinder. Once I add that little cylinder, well then you're gonna get burned. This is another one of the little jobs that become a little tedious, but definitely gives it that surrealness that is necessary. I've already done this room, obviously. I got all of them. But there's a whole lot more. There's one up there. Oh, I did that one too. Actually, that one's not done. That's the original one, the first one I pulled in this room. So we're going to take a copy of this. See if I can do it real quick. Line it up nice. That'll work. That'll work. Got ourselves a nice little. It's lava volume actually, but doesn't matter. Either way, it does the damage necessary to make sure no one stands on there without getting burned. The more difficult one and the more tedious one would be all these little torches that go around the map. These little suckers. Now, those ones should have a little tiny little burn thing to it, but I ain't gonna lie, I'm a little lazy to do that one. There's a lot of them. At the moment, I'll just be content with the bigger torches. Once again, these are shortcuts. Instead of creating one by one, grab two, bring them down and position them where you want. Done deal. Although this one has 4 on this wall, so I'll have to duplicate again, reposition, and then pull it down. Okay. There's a couple more, but that covers most of these inside the top area. I think there's a couple down here that need to be taken care of. Yep. Let's see if we could see the positioning more proper. There it is. Duplicate that. Duplicate that. Another two over here on the bottom, same level. Okay, I think that, oh, there's another one? Uh-oh. Did I do something wrong? Two there. One right there. Huh. Got a third one in here? Alright, or fourth, I should have said. I'm missing a beam here, too. Okay. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, 4 in this room and 3 in this room. Okay, that should do it. So I got the fire, the big torch is done. We need one of these beams right here. Let's use both of these so I can line it up properly. So I don't want to take the long road, so I'll just use this as a guidance tool. Obviously it's just a little bit off. So let's break it down to 8. There we go. Oh shit, it's not even lined up properly. Look at that. There we go. So that means I gotta go back over here and make sure this one's lined up properly. Looks like I got a little crooked. This is good on this side. This one, it's off. There we go. I hadn't noticed that till right now. Now that should fix that. And okay. They all burn now. Let's, I think there's 4 more up here. Once again, work with the 32 scale. So I should make it easier to position it when you take it upstairs. Top. Huh, these ones are a little smaller. Oh, there's nothing behind these walls, so we'll just go with that. Oh, no, 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 they're not smaller. There's a beam that you can't, that's missing right here. Alrighty, I think we have them all now. If I'm not mistaken, they should be all done. Yep. Okay. I wasn't planning to do this right now, but they're all done. All the fire burns. This one I just have an open air. Alrighty, that should do it. Now, you see them? No, you don't. That's what the view you're going to get. And that should do it. I'm not feeling this. I feel there should be a platform up here, but not not a cylinder. But I guess that'll do for now. Uh-oh. That should take care of the little holes that I had. I guess I had. Sometimes I put a subtraction brush under the addition brush. Oh man, I'm still getting that effect. Why? Huh. That's weird. This one looks good, crisp. That's bizarre. Huh. Why would it be doing that? Huh. That's bizarre. I did something wrong. So let's redo that. That should take care of that weird little glitch. Look at, see, you can see the lines. You can see right through it. Those are little BSP holes, but I don't know why. Might have. We won't speculate. Let's just see if we could fix it. A platform probably would be nicer, but moment, I think the cylinders will serve its purpose. If I put something across the middle, then they'll have too big of a chance to just be hovering up there forever. With just the cylinder or the platform, round platform, you could combo it from any side and probably kill them. Have a good chance of killing them, anyways. So yes, you could perch up there, but you can't live up there. And a bridge would enable enable a player to camp up there and go back and forth from one pillar to the other. A bridge wouldn't work as good. So, I think that concludes our little tutorial for today. And, uh-oh. No, it doesn't. Forgot to pull this down. There we go. Yeah, so that concludes our tutorial for today. I do a little more work, but I need to eat something. And thank you for HTM, who is still have us embedded in their forums, which is really awesome. Remember, at the moment, if I'm not mistaken, the core community should be playing Freon with the new 3SPN. That's the core community. And they do pretty good over there. It's a little different from the US. The US, obviously, we enjoy our in-game sound. Not on every server, but we have several servers that do enjoy it. Freon, all the servers do. TAM, well, that's a different story. Yeah, I think HTM does have in-game, but they don't use it a lot. Combo Horror and PSK, they don't use it at all. Same thing in Europe. In Europe, basically all the servers are muted. You cannot really communicate. So it's not quite the same as our Freon, but if you're looking for a quick game early, you can always go by there. And the netcode enables you to have a good time. The new 3SPN creates a familiar atmosphere that we're used to now. So once again, check it out. They're under the Freon browser if you have 3SPN installed. If not, let me check real quick. Look at the IP for you. Unfortunately, my laptop runs a little slower when I'm turning on UT than what I'm used to nowadays with this computer. But it's definitely serving its purpose. With Twitch streaming, I've been doing, we'll say, 80%, 75% on my laptop. And I was pleasantly surprised that it does a pretty damn good job. Okay, I'll get it right now, I think. Where are they? Core. There they are. Okay, the IP is 95.170.68.21. That's core. Port 8718. You don't really need that, but people's like to know the port as well sometimes, and that's the port. Theocracy. That's got to be another one. That ping is too low for him. And also, where is it? The new community. I think we'll go this route instead. They're my evil dogs, looking possessed. Let's see. First of all, core. This is probably the best way to go. The core community. actually hasn't started up yet, but they'll be starting any minute, that's for sure. It looks like they're having some technical difficulties also. It's a server. We fucked it up yesterday with admin hacks. I'll reboot it now. So he's having a few technical difficulties. But yeah, it looks empty at the moment. Maybe they're changing maps. That's a possibility as well. But usually they're up and running about this time. So check them out. That's with netcode. This community right here, it's a lot of fun. The new community. Unfortunately, they do not have netcode. They are not using the new 3SPN. Um, I'm hoping they will consider to add it to their rotation, to one of their servers at least, so it could be friendly to everyone. But they're a great group, really, really nice group. Out of the European groups, I would have to say they're the nicest ones, and probably the ones that are most similar to Seoul. And that's about it. Looks like their server, yeah, they have 6 people on their server, 2 people on their TS at the moment. Yep, they're already up and running, and they'll be up and running for about, I'd say, an hour. I mean, a couple hours. It was over there. It's, I think, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, or something like that. And they run until about midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning. This server is based in Sweden. If I remember correctly, it's in Sweden. So check it out. And that's one community there. I think their forums are really fun. Actually, I think they have more fun in the forums sometimes than they do actually in game. Constantly putting up funny things. Let me check. I'm trying to figure out the flag for that. But I think it's Sweden where they're located. Well, I went to me. Uh oh. Phone call. Alrighty. Well, you have a good day. I hope you enjoyed that tutorial.